Yeah, hello. So now I'm on my workplace. You just see a painting from Gustave Courbet. This is the portrait I want to make a copy of this evening. So you see that's a pretty nice one. It's and not not a portrait as usual. So this is focusing my interest. Let's look at just a short view on how I sketched it. So yeah, because I was on the way where during I did the sketch with my tablet, so I had only a small picture to see as a reference, and this is why I'm, as I said earlier, so I have to move it around. So I think it's pretty okay for the starting of the painting. So for this, I want to use my iPad, and for the program I use is Procreate. For that, I like that a lot. It's pretty easy to paint with, and really handy. And so I think let's have a view on my blank canvas right now. You see that here. So if I want to stop this short video for now. I think it's pretty okay. So so this is a view of my current sketch I used, and you see I have one layer and with a sketch on it, and prepared another one. So I want to use this for now to start to paint. Yeah, it's as I said, it's it's really the first time that I'm doing a copy of a masterpiece. Normally I'm doing my own stuff. It's this is yeah, I can do whatever I like, and on this here I'm on a leash, and yeah, to hold me back and to try to figure the right colors and of course the right expression on the painting. So yeah, let's start. I have here prepared this palette here. You see when I'm using here these colors, you can see where maybe I'm touching this. I called it the palette GC for Gustave Courbet. And so okay, let's do yeah, I want to start with the dark part with the hairs and the shadow and so on. So I'm using a pencil, a brush. Let's see what I want to use here. I think I use an oil painting for that, an oil painting brush. So just to test it out how the width of the brush is, I'm currently doing that. This is all right. No, I don't. I think I'm using another brush. It's not so that what I prefer. And see what we have here. It's a painting. I use a flat brush for this case. I think it's okay. Changing the width for that, and yeah, see, it's a you can change here the transparency of that for the more I'm going over, and you can see that the pressure I put on the brush, it darkened or lighted the color. So okay, I think this is the way to go. And yeah, let's start. Maybe I'm playing some music in the background. I think it's better. I hope it's not too loud. Maybe I'll reduce it a bit more. So, okay. Going further. Maybe it's better when I'm reducing the transparent, the visibility of the underlying sketch, so I think you see more what I'm doing here. Okay, back to that. It's quite tough to do that in 90 minutes. But always have some challenges for yourself. You see, I just try out to fill the forms around the face, just to with a loose color. And you saw, as you saw earlier, I can go over and over it, and using the transparency for that, just to mix it. And so it would be pretty nice if you like that, what I'm doing here. Maybe it's because it's so new to me. So give me a like, or maybe if you're looking at that on YouTube. So that's be nice if you would subscribe my channel, so that Oh, there's something wrong, I see. Oh. So you see that I'm just trying to placing some local colors I see on the painting, and I'm not trying to be too, or not trying, I'm not focused on being too correct for now. It's going layer by layer. Just to bring the right form and shadow in place. It's the challenge here. What I'm using now is a bit more lighter green here. This is of course much easier to do that in on a tablet, on a synthetic or digital form of oil painting, instead of on doing that on in real. So I'm trying to approach all the correct shapes and not only the value. Then I think this is comes together after layer after layer. So starting now with these. Person's own face. To see on the drawing, the lips are not so curved. This I can correct here now. It's not the right reddish tone for now, but I'm just using that. The starting. I'm not sure. I really don't know how big this painting is in original. Maybe someone of you knows that and can comment it so that I'm learning something from you. Maybe it's not so big. I don't know. I really don't know. I missed to make my research on that. Maybe you can help me out and tell the others how big. You see, I'm losing more and more the sketch underneath. So that's you don't see the pencil drawing on that. You see you can turn the brush with a smaller line, just in case of drawing that, of turning that. This is what I like on that. This is really, of course, some other painting tools can do that too, but I like this here so much. I try. My focus is now to lose all, or to eliminate all these white bases from the background, so that I have a basic color map on where I can go over and over. So now I fixed this problem with the subscribe button. Sorry for that. and of course you can redo and undo and so on, which is which is in real not really possible. So there you have to use other tactics if you are wrong. Sometimes you can wipe it away, or if it's too much, maybe you have to wait for a while until your corrections or your first painting is dry a bit, so that you can paint over it. But on this way here, it's yeah, it's easy to correct. Just press undo and try it, and try it as many times you like until you get it. But I don't have no time on this year, and I try my best to do that in that time. Oops, too big. And maybe what's also a problem, or not a problem, it's more the situation of that time, that but I think it's one in the 1840 or 60 or 70 when it was painted, and so there the round bristles are, or brushes are, existing, I think, already, which was long time not possible. They only had round brushes. So, but after the development of the flat brush, everything changed in on the paintings. There was more possible to do with flat brushes and all these different kinds, like a cat tongue, or and in combination with all these other brushes, so you can paint different style and express something which was not really possible earlier. See on some edges I'm getting pretty white, but little greenish. So there are really small portions where clean white is existing. It's on the shirt mostly, on the face not really. Try to find out the right reddish tone, which is not really easy because the quality of the reference is sometimes completely different. It depends on how good the quality is, and so sometimes it's a bit too greenish, sometimes it's a bit too bluish, sometimes it's a bit too reddish. It's not so easy if you have to make your own photo, you know the differences. And of course you saw the original one, which is much better than only see a photo which is mostly not really good. And I don't have a well-printed book with really the right colors, and so this is definitely not so cold. Here, change that red to a warmer tone. In his face too. And just to see, I just reduced the opacity by that. This helps me more to find the correct color, because I'm using this in combination with the underlaying color. It's that's the trick. It's maybe worked a little bit like watercolors, but not. It's a bit. It's the shine. The brightness is a bit different, but the techniques is similar. You can use oil really thinned and like in watercolor if you like, but then you have to wait for the drying drying of the layers before you go further. And try to correct also the shape of the head, because it's not really, I had it not really correct. Maybe if you compare it directly. So you see here on his right eye, on the left side on the painting, there's more, the cheekbones are more dominated, and we have an ear on that, which is here, lightly visible here. So this is, we have to, using the darker color and just to make these corrections here. So this looks a bit better. Maybe not good enough. We can correct it in any way. I'm using this here. No, using this light. I'm not sure how you see that out there, because it's always a bit changing from the drawing I'm doing here. So always this is heavy to handle. But anyhow, I selected this, and so I have to go through, and yeah, I hope it's not wasting your time. For me, it's a good exercise, and you can watch how maybe I'm struggling or maybe I'm successful, or but I try to find out how it works. It's I can always recommend to all the guys outside that try to do a copy of one of these masters. It doesn't matter what. Must not be so complicated maybe as this one, and but you can use simpler things, maybe where the values are better visible for, or simpler shapes, or a classical portrait maybe you feel much more comfortable with. That's your choice. It's but I would recommend do that time by time, not so many times, and but try. And you're not in a hurry, so you can select your time, and you do it for your own, so you don't have to show it somebody, and maybe you do a painting and you call your teacher or somebody who knows to figure that out and helps you to get better, but this is up to you. Sometimes I would be interested in how to, or would be happy to, if somebody of these masters had the possibility to that we have at these times, just to show how they're working, how they worked, and this would be a nice way to learn. It's a kind of, or it's a try of re-engineering here what I'm doing here, and of course there are some specialists. They are really professionals in making a copy of something like that, but me, obviously not. So See, time by time I've tried to correct the shapes and values or forms I didn't hit at the first drawing. So, but this is it's okay. Sometimes I'm doing this do it smaller so that I see more. It's a similar, or it's comparable to squinting, so that maybe I see something what really is really wrong, and I have to correct it. So the time is running. It's wow. It's nearly one hour passed away. So it's wow. So you can see that while drawing, you're really losing your time, so or your feeling of the time. No, feeling of, feeling for the time, or is, I don't know the right preposition for that. So if someone asking what music I'm playing here, it's a playlist from Epidemic Sound I'm using, and so which allows me to use that here during a live stream. So which is also a problem when you have when I have some music in the background. So see here in the special, you see here when I'm laying these colors over and over, so you can see the color which is shining through. And the more pressure I'm using, the opaquer the color gets. So this is also a difficulty that you have to testing out with your software. But I think what's really important on painting is that you improve always your drawing skills, which is basic, really the basic of a good painting. And so I do that every day, and sometimes it's yeah, I have a good day, and sometimes I have really a, let's say, not so good day. And but this improves your confidence on your own drawing skills, and sometimes it's easy, or it would be helpful when you're sitting in a public area. Maybe you have your sketchbook in your hand, and then you don't have the time to be focused on so long for a certain person or a situation you wanna sketch. So you have to be fast, and this helps you to not to be fixed on so long time for something special. So it improves your viewing skills, so that you're observing the right things, and you don't losing really too much time in details, so which holds you back to cover the scene you wanna draw. And so this is really it helps you to be fast. And then you can take your time for some really important paintings you want to do for yourself, or maybe as a commission, or just for fun. It doesn't matter. So you see this area here on this area here is a bit too white from the eyebrow, so I have to reduce that. So of course I'm correcting that using a dark color, and narrow this part here a bit. So I came bit by bit, I came to a better result. And just to it's a bit too thick. That's a smudging tool which helps me to make it a bit smoother, and especially on the contours, or you can move it a bit longer, or the color strike you did already. It's sometimes I go over that just to sharpen some edges here. But they did it too, so they're getting thicker and thicker, and in normal painting, but they're starting with a thin layer, which is I'm doing here, and then they're coming with much more volume on the color volume in the brush. So you have really a thick paste on the brush you put on the canvas. So this is you're using more when you're coming to the end, and because it needs time until these thick colors are dried, so you can go further in your painting. But I'm not really happy with the lips, so they are not really nice. So here's more. Contour is more dominant here, and it's really round, and it's like an S shape here. Okay, so let's go further on. So you can, as you can see, it's comes more and more to the reference. There's a lot to do here on the, of course, on the arm. It's currently just a rough color. But it's for the schedule I have here, and the time I'm here for doing that, it's pretty less to do such a complicated thing. I hope you understand that, and you're judging me not that way. But This is also wrong here. See that shape here is much bigger than I previously selected or start to do. I'm just making some shape corrections here. There is no white. And this here is obviously not white. I have to do it. Right, better. And try to find out the most important lines of the drapery of this shirt so that this is correct. Maybe not perfect, but okay. So for now I'm sitting on top of a darker greenish value on the edges here. Oh, I see that I'm painting here over these areas. So let's see. Just want to do that here. Correct. And using white. So, but here is let's see that here's a shape around that. Just to make the corrections as usual. And here I see that's also not okay. It's but okay. Okay, we can see more the original was, and it's obviously far away from being finished. But the more time I spend with that, I will come the original closer and closer. What I want to show, I plan to show you that there's no secret to do that, and just be patient enough. Come on closer and closer to the original. So you see that I'm drawing or painting in a drawing style, using a darker color and to find the wrinkles and the correct lines, and later on I can go over and reducing the width of these dark lines more and more until I have the right shape for that. I think about to do these kinds of painting more in a normal video, so I can use a time lapse so that you are maybe, or it's more interesting to you to follow, instead of looking here what I'm doing here for a while, and the progress is not so big for you. Maybe it's not really entertaining, but I want to show you, of course, that I try to do that live, and it's not a fake. I cannot cut everything and do it again and again. I have only one try, and you are participating on that, and this is what it makes a bit thrill to me. And I have to say, I like it. It's really, it's tough. No correcting time. Everything what I'm doing wrong here, you see, and you can follow. And maybe it's interesting for you that that nothing is perfect on the first. Obviously, maybe for me, maybe for others it is, but not for me. Nothing will be perfect on the first draft, and okay, the lips of course I have to overdo a bit better. So but anyhow, it's now too late to make some bigger corrections for now. I have to live with that. Only for the moment, of course. All right. Looking at to the clock, it's 10. It's now 10, or yeah, 10 p.m. or 20:01. So I think it's yeah. Maybe you can see that here, and I think it's okay for 90 minutes or less than 90 minutes. I think it's you can see how I normally approach to that, and so for this I think it's I'm coming to the end, and of course I hope that you had fun and you'll like what you see, and maybe you're interested in to subscribe to my channel. Give me a like and leave some comments over there, I would be so happy for that, and gives me feedback, and so, and it gives me power to continue with that, and shows me that maybe I'm on the right way to new areas I want to discover. So, and for that I want to say thank you, goodbye, have a nice week, enjoy the weather. In Germany we have currently really warm, so yeah, let's see, and maybe we'll see us next week and Tuesday again. I have not now a right idea what I want to do, but I will inform you early, I think, and so you're welcome to watch and to comment. Okay, bye bye.